Hello, welcome back to the Saba show. And I woke up this morning and saw that Lucas Digne has requested to leave Everton, and this was courtesy of Rafa himself in the press conference for the upcoming fixture against Hull City. Today, I'm just going to be giving my thoughts on the whole Lucas Digne situation. Who is the victim? Who is the perpetrator? And I'm here to say, put it on the record, in my opinion, that it is the fault of Rafa Benitez. Whatever thoughts you have about the situation, make sure to put them in the comments section below. And let's dive into the reasons why. Rafa Benitez basically has, in the last few weeks, it's probably been an ongoing situation for the last 4 to 5 months. Should I say weeks? And look, I think it's absolutely wrong how we've treated this guy. This is a French international we're talking about. He's played a number of caps for his country. He's a very capable footballer. First and foremost, Lucas Digne is an attacking footballer. And Rafa Benitez, I think it's pretty clear that the reason this fallout has happened is because Lucas Digne doesn't think his game style fits with Rafa's system, and vice versa. Now, here's my thoughts. You've brought in Mikalenko and Patterson, who are both attacking fullbacks. Lucas Digne is an attacking fullback. Why? I may be stupid, but if these guys are the same two types of player, what does Rafa see in the other two that he doesn't see in Lucas Digne? Apart from the fact that there is a sample size with Lucas Digne and he's never seen Patterson and Mikalenko play a game of Premier League football. There's no guarantees that their game styles from the Scottish Premier League and from, Dynamo, in Mikalenko's case, there's no proof that what they did over there is going to translate to the Premier League. And there's no proof that there's going to be no problems with these two either. So I think we've got to bear in mind that Digne has had a very horrible 18 months, or below average, should I say. I think horrible would be probably a bit harsh on him. But, my point stands. If they're the same two types of player, I don't really understand what Rafa sees in those two that he doesn't see in Digne. The other thing is the fact that Rafa Benitez said he doesn't want these two players to have a lot of pressure mounted on them, as they're basically establishing to Evertonian life. Now, the thing is this. You're taking away your most experienced left back, and you're basically putting yourself into the position, as soon as you get rid of Lucas Digne, that these guys are going to have to go straight into the starting lineup. Unless you want to play a back five, Rafa. That's perfectly okay. But we saw what happened when you played a back five. You conceded 1 goal in the first 3 minutes. You conceded 3 overall to a team who hadn't scored 3 all season. And the formation of that back line on the weekend was really odd. Godfrey at left back, he has played there, mind you. But Coleman at right centre back and Kenny at right back. You had Lucas Digne on the bench. And we're going to talk about that whole situation as well. Lucas Digne on the bench. Rafa has said that Lucas Digne is not committed to the team. Please ask me how he's not committed to the team. I'd argue that when he was playing, he showed a lot of passion. He was very vocal. When something didn't go to plan, he'd let his team know about it. He wanted to win. And I think he was committed to the cause. But even so, even when he's not playing, he got a spot on the bench on the weekend. So Rafa, if you didn't think he was committed, why did you give him a bench spot? And more so, even if, you did, why would Lucas Digne play or sit on the bench if he wasn't committed to the club? It's as simple as that. This is just a stubborn Rafa decision. We needed an attacking threat. We needed a bit of a change in strategy. We needed some adjustments. Just something different for the Brighton defense to have a look at. When they were defending, Lucas Digne would have provided a bit of a different outlook on those crosses we were getting, because Anthony Gordon's service wasn't great, let's be honest. But he didn't bring him in the full 90 minutes. So, say less. That's just another stubborn decision. That doesn't make any sense to me. And it really triggers me when Rafa comes out and says all this, says that, Lucas Digne wants to leave the club, as if nothing's really, like, it's just happened out of the blue. Like, he doesn't really allude to anything, he just says it. I know as a manager, you're not really obliged to say anything that's happening behind the scenes, but it's really, really triggering when you see that smug look on his face as he says it, as if he doesn't know what's going on, as if it's not his fault. You know, I understand he's trying to do something, but that shouldn't involve exiling players from your club. If you're a good manager, you will try and incorporate the personnel you've got into whatever structure. And if it's not working, you'll help the player to develop their game or adjust it. You know, the game is a series of adjustments, basically. That's what football is. So that's really annoying, really irritating. And if Rafa was such a good manager, you know, when he was saying, oh, we've got so many injuries, we have to work with the current squad. Well, use him then. Use him. Work with him. Try to help him get better. Get back up to scratch. Get back into form. I understand giving him a talking to, but you've also got to be reasonable. You've got to be reasonable. So, yeah, I feel like I'm just saying I think we needed experience, especially in this long losing streak. You need some experience to help steady the ship a little bit. And I feel like Lucas Digne would have been able to help with that. And I think it would be really valuable as well to the young signings coming through. Patterson and Mikalenko. To help them out. Because they're only young players. They're going to not really have any mentorship. I mean, Patterson will obviously with Seamus Coleman on the right side. But Mikalenko's not going to have Lucas Digne to be there. As he's requested out. And you've seen the teams that are looking at Lucas Digne as an option. There's some pretty good football sides, apart from Newcastle, who are money spenders. At least they are now. But you're looking at Chelsea, you're looking at West Ham, you know, you're looking at Inter. I mean, I think Inter have retracted their interest, but you get what I'm saying. He's a good footballer, and Rafa's just been really stubborn with him. Look, Lucas Digne is very entitled to want out. If he's not getting game time, if the manager doesn't want him, it's very clear that Rafa just, you know, he's just neglected him at this point. You know, he can go. He can go. We might as well get a sum for him, and Rafa can bring in someone he wants, and hopefully he uses that money wisely. But I don't think it was necessary. I think it was really avoidable. I think more could have been done to prevent the situation. But here we are now, and it's just a product of basically the joke of a team we've been this season. I mean, Rafa's worrying about, you know, not bringing in Lucas Digne to the match day squad. Meanwhile, we're losing games on the pitch, you know? So it is what it is. But that's all I have to really say about it. I think it's a disgrace. Nothing more can be really said. Apart from the fact that Rafa triggers me. And as I said, this is a situation that could have been avoided, but I feel like it's actually lowered the team morale more than it already is. So I think Rafa's got to really work on it. He's trying to build something, and I'll give him more time because he hasn't had a full season of work at it. He hasn't had a lot of funds to work with. But in saying that, if this doesn't go to plan, we're going to have a lot more issues because of all the shit we've had to go through to get to this point. And if we keep getting 12th place finishes, well, then it was all for nothing. Anyway, that's going to be it from me. Share your thoughts in the comments down below. Drop a like and subscribe. We will be doing a watch along on another YouTube channel. It's called Kieran Rants. We will be on there for the Everton-Leicester fixture. Fingers crossed if it doesn't get postponed. Anyway, that's going to be it. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.